In this video, I'm playing a 5-point match against XG and analyzing it. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon and Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. Again, I'm playing a 5-point match against XG on a beautiful Hector Sachs board. The XG board is made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. I'm playing the red checkers at the bottom, XG, the yellow checkers at the top. XG opens with an opening 4-1. Now with a 5-3, there's a default play of making this, but you have to remember if there's a checker here, you're able to hit him. This is a much better play. 6-5 comes in and then slots. So when you have 3 checkers back, you really want to keep these back. You're way behind in the race. Getting hit back is not a huge thing, and it may allow you to make an advanced anchor if you leave this here, or make the bar point. Double 2. Okay, so here I can hit and continue. Alternatively, I can make this point and this point, but that just gives yellow the initiative to do whatever he wants. This does allow him a lot of opportunities to make the 5-point, but now I've escaped almost completely the back 2 checkers to the 16-point, not to the midpoint, but almost all the way. So I don't have to worry about that. Yellow's likely to make an advanced anchor, but I'm ahead a lot in the race. So 4-2 allows him to make the 5-point. Okay, so now double 1. Just going to continue. 4-2 is going to build the board. 6-2. Okay. So now, what can I do? If I play the 6 here, it leaves a double shot, and then what am I going to do with the 2? I can play like this, or I can play like this. And I think, you know, what I want to do, my game plan is to win in the race. So I'm ahead a lot in the race, so I just want to kind of break contact. So I want to clear this point. But then where's the 2? There's not really a great 2. I can do this. It's a little ugly. I can also duplicate the 2s, but I don't necessarily want to create another blot just because there's duplication, because yellow has a stronger board. I think the safe play, probably the best. 3-1. Okay. Now 5-2. Okay, so I guess I just have to play safe again. 2-1 is able to hit. Okay, so 6-3, I'm able to come in and come all the way out. 5-2 hits and comes out. Now I have some return shots. That's, well, the 2 is forced. The 4, I mean, I've got this blot here, hit with 5s and 4s. If I bring this down, now that adds 2s. I can also play here. That also adds 2s. This also adds 2s, but at least he's on the bar. And that's the best. It's the tempo play. Okay, 6-4. 6-3. Okay, so I think I just go here and only leave a single direct shot and multiple fly shots. 6-5 does not hit. Can't double quite yet. 4-1. So I'm going to safety this one and make that point. Double 5 catches up in the race. 5-2. So 5, and I have to play safe here. 3-1 is going to cover, and then play 7-6. Even race, don't have enough to double. Still contact there. 5-4, I just have to play safe, being outboarded. 6-4 is able to run. Double 5, okay, so that was a good roll because that put me up a lot in the race, so I can break contact. And now I'm up by 13 in the race. So now I can double. But what happens is, so let's see, I have 6 crossovers to come in. Yellow has 4 crossovers here and 2 more, so that's 6 more to come in. So the crossovers are even. Now, I have a pretty bad distribution here. These checkers are going to be inefficient. Additionally, these are going to be, it's going to be harder to fill these points because these checkers, if I roll large numbers like 6s and 5s, they're going to go deep, or I have to play deep. But I think the racing lead is sufficient enough to send a double. Okay, 5-3. See, even though I was up by 13 in the race, because of the awkward distribution, it's a take. So I could do that, or I could do this. This really smoothens out the distribution. I think I like this one better. All right, that's a good roll. See, now 5s and 4s, I have to kill checkers deep. But in this position, I'm ahead so far in the race, it doesn't matter much. So now it's going to be 5 away, 3 away. 3 away, 5 away in favor of me. All right, 4-3. I'm ahead. I want to make the less volatile play of this the minor split. 5-4 is going to hit loose, so 6-4 a hit, and then come out. There is the option of doing this, but that allows good 6s from the bars and a lot of double hitting numbers. And here, if I'm hit the second time, well, you can't really hit twice on this, but later. 3-2 comes in and hits back. 5-2. Okay, so I can come in with the 2, and then what do I do with the 5? I can bring it down. That's safe. Or I can continue out. If I come in with the 5, I don't really have a good 2. So basically, I'm looking at this, and then either coming out to here or coming down here. One thing that happens when you go here is it serves as a distraction. So if I were to play here, rolls like 3-1 and 5-1 and 5-3 can make the 5 point. But if I come out to here, now those 1s and 3s have to be used to hit, so they can't be used to make the 5 point. Especially the 1s, because the 1s and 6-1 makes this bar point, but yellow really wants to use the 1s to unstack the 6 point. So this serves as a distraction. It's a distraction play. See, like that. The 5-3 was duplicated over there. Okay, 6-4. So now I can come in and I can hit back, or I can come in and hit, but I don't want to give yellow the initiative to hit here. This sends another checker back and gains more in the race. Okay, double 1. So I'm going to safety this one. Can't move this one, so I'll advance this one. 6-5 is able to hit twice. 6-1 comes in with 1. Okay, double 6. So makes the deep point, going for the blitz with all these checkers in the zone. All right, so this is a score-based double. I have this checker hidden kind of deep. It's not on a point he wants to make, and there's still a long way to go. And there's what I call the Grand Canyon structure, big gap between the 6 and the 1 point. So I think it's a comfortable take. Hits twice, so now I have some shots. So 5-2 hits. Okay, lots of blots. So here's the 5. And the 2, I can come down. Do I want to? I think I just go up here, or I can step up here. Gives a lot of numbers to hit here. I think maybe I just continue. Not certain though. 6-5, okay. 3-2, so I can hit and continue. Not too hard to bear in against the 5-4 or the 4-5 back game. Okay, so now I'm just going to continue here. Double 2 is going to make the point. Double 4 dances. Okay. Now I'm trying to bring things home. So I can make this point, or I can go all the way safety. I think this does leave 7s and 12s. So double 3 doesn't work. So that's 6 numbers and 7 numbers. this does do a lot. On the other hand, this creates 3 inflexible stacks. I think I have to just make the point. 5-2 hits, 6-2. So there's the 2. And with the 6, I don't want to bring this down. I just hit tempo play, keep him from attacking. 6-2 is a good roll. 2-1 comes in. 5-4, 5-4 again. 3-2. Okay. All right, look at that. So now I'm trying to roll 5s before yellow comes around. Every time I hit, sends him back. All right, so now I'm closed out. Likely gammon to go to 3 away, 1 away Crawford. There's a shot. Nope. So trying to come in efficiently. These are things you can do to keep your PR. You get a decision every time this is left here. Now I have to go. Okay. 3 away, 1 away Crawford, 4-2. So now with the 2-1, just going to split. 5-3 splits and comes down. Okay, 6-2. I think I just make the point and come out. Double 3 is going to make the bar point on head. 2-1. So I can come in. I don't really care about losing a gammon. Come out in front of the stripped midpoint. Really want to try to leave blots in front of stripped points. Okay, now I have the initiative. 6-4. I can make this kind of play. The double tiger works well if I missed. All right, so now I'm looking to attack. So I'll safety this one and then just bring this up. I don't need to do that. I don't need a gammon win here. Okay, so with the 5 and the 3. Yeah. Double 5 comes out. Now I'm behind in the race. So I could do something like this or do something like this. Just try to escape. I don't want to leave that there, but I don't really need an anchor to save gammons. And this spare may help me contain the back checker in the outfield. Okay, so hits, double 1 dances. Okay. Looking to hit. That does not hit. So I can't come out. I have to stay back. So I don't want to leave a blot in case I get a shot here. Okay, double 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. Now I'll analyze it. So I'll go through each of the moves and then I'll put it on the arrow because people like to see the arrows. Okay, so with the 5-3, you just make this, again, making this point, you just can't by default make that. You have to recognize if there's a blot there. So that's that. The other one, I was looking at this one. Yeah, so this is kind of the default play on the second roll, resulting in this position. It's actually pretty good. But this one wins a little fewer games, but wins more gammons. So these two plays were close. Then the double 1, I just had to play safe. Okay, so this was the 6-2 that I thought I had to play really safe. It turns out it preferred the other play that I was looking at. So it's actually nice when you at least identify the best play. That's good. So this is the resulting position after the top play, which does duplicate the 2s that hit here and hit here. I was afraid about the 2-point board against the 1-point board. It's not as big a concern with all these checkers back and only 8 in the zone. So this is the resulting position after my play. It leaves this inflexible stack. So next, my rolls are going to be much more awkward. I'm going to have to try to unstack these checkers, the checkers on this point, and there are only really 2 good places that they can go. Okay, so this is the resulting position after the top play, unstacks it, slots this point. It does leave these 2s, but doesn't leave an awkward distribution of stacks. And this is after the selected play. This is the dice distribution for this move. So for those that are not familiar with it, the heat map on the upper left shows the resulting equity after I make the top play and the opponent rolls any of his 36 rolls. So this is double 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and so forth as an average on the right. Blue is good for me. Red is bad for me. I used to do it with red and green, but some people had a hard time differentiating between red and green, so I switched it to blue. On the upper right is the exact same thing for the selected play. So these are all on the same scale. So again, this is the resulting position after the top play, and that results in this. So you see the 2s that hit are bad. And then this is the resulting position after this play. The thing is the twos are bad here too. So if you look over here, all the 2s are bad. They're a little bit worse over here. But what happens is when I'm not hit, all these other ones are much better when I unstack. So this one shows the difference. So this subtracts the value in one cell on the upper right from the value in the corresponding cell on the upper left. So blue favors play A, red favors play B. Double 1 is worse when I play B, when I play A. But other than that, and other than double 1 and double 2, most of the other plays play better. Most of the other rolls play better. So again, yeah, double 1 and double 2, double 1 will hit and make the point, and double 2 will hit twice. But after this position, I have so many good plays after that. So we'll look over here. This is the second roll heat map. So this is the same kind of thing, but this shows my rolls next after yellow plays. So you look at the difference here. I have so many more good rolls afterwards. So what it basically shows is that when you have a more flexible position, you have a lot more good rolls. And this is something that is really important to become a good player. A lot of the people say, oh, good players get good rolls, so they're lucky. They're not lucky. That what they do is they make these plays that allow more rolls for them to be good next. So increasing the flexibility. So that's important. And the 5-2, I'll go to the arrow. This was the same thing. I should have done the same thing like this, resulting in this position. Oh yeah, and then what I wanted to do is actually go back on this and look at it and see what would make it when would it be right to do this. I was afraid of this board, right? So paste it on this board here. Okay, so now I'm going to modify the position to see what happens. Let's say the board were stronger and it were like this. Actually, why don't we just start like this? So now it's still a blunder. Now, what if we make it a 3-point board? Again, this is the original position. It's an 83 millipoint blunder. And now with this position, it's only a 53 millipoint blunder. So that indicates that when the opponent has a stronger structure, you have to be more careful. What if there was a prime here like that? Probably doesn't make a huge difference. 55, about the same. What if the board is a 4-point board here? Now it's a much stronger board. So it becomes closer, 38 millipoints. And what if we have one there, the back of the prime is slotted? Now that becomes best. So the opponent's board has to be, or the opponent's front structure has to be much stronger in order for me to do that. In the original position, despite the fact that yellow has a stronger board than I have, the 2-point board is not something you have to be too scared of. So that's a really good exercise. So with the 5-2, it won't do all those things again because it's the same idea. All right, and then with the 6-3, it was just come in and come out. And the 4-2, so that was come in, and I had to make that tempo hit. Then the 6-3 was just running all the way, and the 4-1 was a good roll, safety and cover. And then the 5-2 here, I had to start playing safe because of this 5' and the strong board. With the 5-4, again, play safe. Double 5 was a good roll. And here, this was a double, but it was still a very comfortable take. So normally, when you're ahead so far in the race, it's a pass, but it was this distribution. So let's look at it here. And first, we'll look at it for money. Okay, so here's the thing. For money, this is an unlimited game for money. I'm up by 13 pips with a baseline of 87. And this is a strong double and almost a pass. But at 5 away, it becomes a much weaker double. So the reason for that is the take point is lower. So what that means is if yellow drops, I go to 4 away, which is a valuable score. If yellow takes and loses, I go to 3 away, which is not much more valuable than getting to 4 away. Additionally, the recube leverage, the recube vig that yellow has, if yellow is able to turn it around and redouble to 4, my take point is higher because I don't want him to get to Crawford. So here's one of the things that you can see. The recube vig basically has to do with the difference between the cubeless equity double and the cube full equity double take. So that is 145 millipoints there. Now it's much more. Now it's much more. So there's more recube vig. Okay. So that's what happens at the score. Now let's go back to 5 away, and maybe we can smoothen out the distribution here a little bit. So let's see what that does. Okay, so you see just by filling that point, it goes from 868 to 938. Huge. Same racing lead. I just moved this one forward one and this one back, so the racing lead is the same. So these are the kinds of exercises you could do. And like, let's see what happens when I fill in the 4 points. And now what happens is now it's almost a pass because these checkers here are actually slightly more valuable than here because now they can go on different points and the 6s don't go quite as deep nor the 5s. So that's what you want to do. So like if you look at the original position at different scores. So now this is 5 away. Let's say I'm, well, let's go from the 5 away scores. If the opponent is 4 away, now the opponent has more of an incentive to take because the recube would win the match perfectly. Okay. Now 5 away, 3 away, the opponent doesn't have as much recube vig, but it's still a double. And at 5 away, 2 away, the cube is dead, but the opponent can win the match perfectly. So there's a very low take point at 5 away, 2 away. Now let's look at the 4 away scores. Let's say you're ahead 4 away, 5 away. Now it becomes a pass. Look at that. Same thing becomes a pass because you could win. Well, I'm not going to win a gammon here, but you don't want to let the opponent get to the valuable 2 away score. At 4 away, there's enough recube vig to turn it around, but it's still a strong double. And at 4 away, 3 away, same idea. It's stronger. And at 4 away, 2 away, it's strong, but because yellow can win the match in a single game, it becomes a more comfortable take. Okay, and then the 3-away scores, you have to be a little more careful about turning the cube. But at 3-away, 5-away, because you can get to the Crawford game, that's good. It becomes a double. 3-away, 4-away, look at that, it becomes a pass. You don't want to let the opponent get to 1-away, 4-away Crawford. And same thing with 3-away, 3-away. You basically don't want to let the opponent get to the Crawford game. And what about a 3-away, 2-away? It's a pass. Now, what about when you're at the 2-away scores? You really don't want to give up the cube because it's an auto reship. But look at that, 2-away, 5-away. The opponent, the yellow doesn't want to give me the chance to win the match in a single game. So this is 2-away, 5-away. Let's see what happens at 2-away, 4-away. Big difference. And now it's a blunder to double because now yellow can redouble for the match. So you can learn a lot about match strategy by doing these kinds of things. And at 2-away, 3-away, it's a pass because if the opponent redoubles, it doesn't get full value of the cube. So these are the exercises that really help learn. Okay, so then it was pretty straightforward. There was nothing special here. So we'll go to the next game. Then with the 4-3, okay, it was just a minor split. See, the bringing 2 down is a little worse when you're ahead in the race. Okay, and then this one was just hit and continue. And the 5-2, so this was the distraction play. The other play was like this, which results in this position. And now there are many more numbers that can do something productive. And the benefit of this is if I'm not hit, I have a chance to make that anchor. Okay. Then the 6-4 will just come out and hit. And the double one was safety this and advance the back checker forward. And that was forced. And the 2-1 was forced. And this one, it looks like it was a huge blunder to take this one. So let's see what happens for money. So for money, this is a take. But again, you have to go back and look at the match score considerations. So here, yellow is winning a lot of gammons. So a doubled gammon gets him to the Crawford score. So 1-away, 3-away Crawford. So you can see here by cube information, Control Alt K, and look at the gammon value on a 2 cube for yellow. It's 0.734. So these gammons are going to be worth more at this score. So that's why it was a pass. Even though I was way back here. Yeah, okay. So then the 5-2 was forced, and then the 5-2 here. Okay, so this one, it looked like this one was better to go up here. Yes, this does keep them connected in case I'm hit loose here. This situation, safety the blot, but again, that whole stacking thing, you don't really want to stack here. So that was part of it too. Okay. Now the 3-2 was hit and lift, and the 3-2 here. Let's go all the way, double 4, danced, and then 5-4 was simply coming out. And yeah, this one I didn't want to safety this. Just wanted to unstack and make the point. So flexibility is really important. Unstacking points. 6-2 was just a tempo play, and that was forced. That was forced. There wasn't anything I can do here, and that was a gammon for the game. Okay, and then the 2-1 was split. 6-2, cover that one. 2-1 was the tempo hit again. 6-3. This one was another tempo play. Here, yeah, I lose more gammons here, but gammon losses don't matter at Crawford, so you can go for the aggressive play. This one's going to win more games, okay? The 2-1 was forced, and the 6-4. So look at this. This is the double tiger play. So one of the things that happens here is, let's say, I mean, this works much better after a double 6 or any six other than 6-5 and 6-4. So like 6-3, 6-2, 6-1, or even 3-2, 3-1, or 2-1. That works great. After this one, you basically don't want to give them the chance to anchor here. Okay, so a lot of people miss these. Once you practice these, it kind of becomes more natural. The 5-1 comes down and anchors, and the 6-5 will just come in and out. 5-3 was come down and make that point. Yeah, here I had to run because of this stripped position. Okay, so what if it were like this? Yeah, now I couldn't run. Like running is an error here because what happens after running here, now there are these spares that can attack. In the original position, after running here, have to break these points. So whenever there's like an inflexible structure with stripped points, it's a lot easier to either step up to try to make an advanced anchor or try to escape or something like that. And then there was nothing I can do here. The 6-5. Okay, so this was close, but should have done this. That's interesting. So far behind in the race. These are hard to find because you do want to stay back. But one of the things that happens if I stay back and do this. So here, 4s and 2s are bad on this side because they can hit, but here they're good. So that's part of the reason, I think. And it'll help me contain their 2 blots. What if it were like this? Still the same thing. So you just want to contain this back checker. And then there was nothing else I can do. So that was a 5-point match against XG. Pretty instructive. I think like one of the biggest lessons I learned here is the importance of flexibility with those plays where you really had to unstack. So, I learned a lot by doing that, looking at the plays, modifying the positions, seeing what changes will affect things, looking at the dice distribution, and when I'm at different scores, you can see like the takes become passes and things like that. So that's what I do every time I play a match. There's an opportunity to learn by analyzing it. Usually I take more time analyzing it than playing it because that's where the learning occurs. And basically, anytime you play a match and don't analyze it, you basically wasted an opportunity to learn. So that's how I learn, and that's what I recommend. Don't worry about making errors, worry about learning from them. So that was the 5-point match against XG. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.